Welcome back to another video on Excellence of Sports, and this is part one of a double upload today. In this video, I'm going to be doing my stand and deliver recap, and then later you will see a video on the channel about WrestleMania Night 1 and my thoughts and reactions to it. But let's get into NXT stand and deliver. We got to start with the kickoff show. You had the Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match, the number one contenders match, to determine who would face either Liv and Raquel or Bayley and Lyra on NXT after WrestleMania. Now apparently Bayley is injured. That's what I'm hearing. So whenever you're seeing this, then it's likely Liv and Raquel who will still be the champions. But you had the Meta Girls taking on Gigi Dolan and Tatum Paxley, taking on Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade, taking on Fallon Henley and JCJ in a Fatal Influence. Now this match, it was really hectic to start. They really didn't get a lot of time, and it was a pre-show match, which is crazy to me. Like, it should have had a lot more time, especially with it being on the pre-show. But the match itself, it was solid, but it was definitely a few problems with the match. Well, actually, because of the way it was booked, it's what made the match a lot worse, because the match it had potential to be a really good match, but it didn't get the necessary time that it needed, in my opinion. Like, the women, they were able to get their spots in, but then the Meta Girls were the first team eliminated. That didn't make sense. Like, they should have been the first team eliminated. Then after they were eliminated, Roxanne Perez walked out on Cora Jade, yet she complained to get on stand and deliver, and she was able to get there. Even if it was on the kickoff show, she was still on stand and deliver. So she complained to get there, then she just walks out on Cora Jade. So they're not going to call up Roxanne Perez. So they're going to keep her in NXT for whatever reason, to feud with Cora Jade. So Cora Jade was eliminated, so it came down to Fatal Influence and Gigi Dolan and Tatum Paxley, which Gigi Dolan and Tatum Paxley ended up getting a win to become the new number one contenders. But I don't think it's realistic for them to win the tag titles. I thought Roxanne and Cora Jade would have made the most sense, but they didn't follow through with that. Because I was thinking Roxanne and Cora Jade, you can have Cora Jade be built up. Like, she's not ready for the main roster yet, but Roxanne Perez is, so you can put them in a tag team, then have her learn and have chemistry with other tag teams on the main roster, and that's how you can propel her to get her ready for the main roster. But no. And then Gigi Dolan and Tatum Paxley, it's just, I don't know if they're believable enough to beat Liv and Raquel, assuming they're still the tag champs. I wouldn't mind seeing them win it, but it still feels kind of random. And I don't know. I mean, I guess they needed a babyface team. That kind of tells me that they want to keep Liv and Raquel as the champions heading into NXT, and I don't think it's going to change hands there. But then get into the opening match on the main card, which was Ricky Saints versus Ethan Page for the North American Championship. This was a fun match. This was a good one. Some solid action. Both guys did a great job in this match. Ricky Saints ended up retaining the title. I felt like it should have been Shawn Spears in this match, but it is what it is. Shawn Spears being left off the card did kind of suck though, but it was still a good match, and Ricky Saints ended up retaining. Then you had the next match, which was Fraxium versus Hank and Tank for the NXT Tag Team Championships. I ain't realized Nathan Frazier was that fast. I've been paying attention to NXT, but Nathan Frazier being that fast, I don't know why they just caught me off guard. But he can move for sure. And Nathan Frazier is insanely fast. And throughout the match, it was just solid tag team action. It wasn't a lot of botches in this match. I don't think it was really any botches in most of these matches. Well, it was a few in one of them, which we'll get into. But yeah, it was solid. It did feel like it dragged a little bit, but Hank and Tank were able to get the win. Fraction finally lost the tag team titles. But they've done what they needed to do as the champions, so now they can get caught up, hopefully, and go to Raw, help that tag team division. But Hank and Tank winning the title, so I enjoyed that. I think it made the most sense. Then you had the ladder match for the Women's North American Championship, which is currently vacated, well, at the time. You had Thea Hill, Lola Vice, Izzy Dane, Kalani Jordan, Sol Ruka, and Zarya. When those doing the entrances, they showed Thea Hill. She was just jamming the Lola Vice entrance. And just have some fun. It's sports entertainment at the end of the day. But Zarya and Sol Ruka coming out together, I didn't like, because y'all were trying to win a championship. You're trying to win a singles championship. Y'all weren't trying to win a tag team championship. So that was stupid in my opinion. But Lola Vice, when she did 3 hip attacks in a row, that was a cool spot. That was a good spot in the match. Um, Kalani Jordan, she has some cool, she has some solid, she has some nice kicks in this. Like Kalani Jordan getting some leg work in, that was good. Uh, Thea, Thea Hill locking in the Kimura lock on Izzy Dame on the top of the ladder. That was one of my favorite spots of the match because I wasn't expecting that. Then when the Cullen came out there and she went flying onto them after Lola Vice pushed her, I think, and she just went flying onto them. So, like I said, a lot of cool spots in this ladder match. NXT does a good job with their ladder matches, so I definitely expected it to be a good one. Then Kalani Jordan, her frog splash on to Lola Vice onto the ladder. That was a cool spot. Then it came down to Sol Ruka and Zarya, both of them being on the top rope. The way that they did that was kind of, so they had Sol Ruka kick her off the ladder, but then she still had to take a few other people out, then climb up the ladder again to win the championship. But I do like it because the only 2 people who shouldn't have won it was Zarya because she wasn't ready yet. I don't feel like, and Kalani Jordan because she has already been champion. It wouldn't make sense for her to be a 2-time mid-card champion in NXT. She pinned the former 2-time world champion, women's world champion, so she should be going after that title. So those 2 wouldn't have made sense to win. So I'm happy with Sol Ruka winning. Had no problem with it. She definitely deserves it. And the other 3, like Izzy Dane, Thea Hill, Lola Vice, they easily could have won it as well. I like how it's multiple options in this match that if they would have won, it would have made sense. So you can't really complain about it. Then you had the Family versus the Dark State. This was a match that had a few botches. It wasn't nothing terrible. They just had a few because the match picked up, and the match was solid. And the Dark State ended up getting a win because Stacks turned heel. Because the match was solid, but what I wanted to focus on is Stacks turning heel, because I really don't see what it does. Because the leader of the Dark State still has not been revealed, and it might just be them 4 at this point. I'm thinking it could just be them 4 because the leader of the Dark State wasn't revealed, so spoiler for what happens later. We still don't find out who the leader is. But if Stacks not the leader, then I don't get the point of him turning heel, because I don't think Stacks and Tony D is really a necessary match that they need to do. I wouldn't be interested in it. I don't think most people would be. Maybe I'm wrong, but I know for sure I'm not interested in seeing Stacks and Tony D wrestle. Like, they're both good wrestlers and they've worked well in the faction together, and now you're splitting them up and Stacks is on his own. So I don't get it. And I don't even know how you can justify turning when all Tony D tried to do was be the best leader he could be. It's not like he ever put Stacks down. Stacks was really going, what I'm looking for. He was doing stuff on his own, really. It wasn't like, even if Tony D said something, he wasn't going to listen. But next match, you had the Fatal 4-Way Women's match for the Women's Championship. Julia, Jordan Grace, Jada Parker, and Stephanie Valkyrie. Good match. It was a good match, but Jada Parker shouldn't have took the pin. Now, y'all say she's the least credible. Well, why can't we get a surprise sometimes? If you're going to have Stephanie Valkyrie retain, why can't she pin Jordan Grace? Why she got to pin Jada Parker? Because now you're just giving the other 2 more options. Now the other 2 have excuses like, I didn't get pinned, so I can get a championship match. So it's like, I feel like Jada Parker, and I don't have a problem. As long as Jordan Grace didn't win, I was fine with that. But Jada Parker shouldn't have to take the pin. Like, Stephanie retaining, okay, that's cool. But have her pin Julia again since she already did it. Or have her pin Jordan Grace and you just send Jordan Grace up to SmackDown. Because really, Jordan Grace shouldn't be on NXT right now. You can make the same argument for Stephanie and Julia. But if you want to keep them there for a little bit because you want to do more with them in NXT, you could send Jordan Grace up now. And then it's like, if Jada Parker would have won, that would have opened the doors for more opportunities for other matches, like a Jada Parker versus Kalani Jordan for the NXT Women's Championship instead of the North American Women's Championship. Like, that would have been a cool match. But, like, I don't have a problem with Stephanie retaining, but I do have a problem with Jada Parker having to take the pin in this match. Then the triple threat match for the NXT Championship between Obafemi, Trick Williams, and Javon Evans. This was a fun match. I really enjoyed this. I had a lot of fun with this one. This was a great main event. I do think the women's ladder match was the best match. I stand and deliver. I think the spots in the match, the stories they were able to tell in that, I think I think that was the best match for NXT Stand and Deliver this weekend. But the triple threat match is a close second because this was a good match too. And Javon had to take the pin for whatever reason. Even though Trick is the one that lost the title last, it would have made more sense if Trick took the pin in the match. And you just sent him to the main roster. So now I'm guessing they're going to do Trick and Ova again. But I don't know why Trick is trying to become a 3-time NXT champion when he should be on the main roster already. But I guess Stand and Deliver 8 out of 10. Like, the match quality, really good. All the matches were good. There wasn't a bad match on the card. The Meta Girls losing, as her being the first team eliminated, I'm going to give my reasons for why the rating is an 8 and not higher than that. But the Meta Girls getting eliminated first in that match, and Cora Jade and Roxanne just leaving, like, that whole match was just booked weird. And it was a good match. So, I don't know what to say. Stacks turning heel don't really seem to do nothing. Then Javon Evans and Jada Parker taking the pin because we just can't get surprises apparently. But those the main things that threw me off. But everything else is pretty solid. So like I said, Stand and Deliver was an 8 out of 10. Make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment. What did you think of Stand and Deliver? Did you enjoy it? Did you not? Let me know what matches you enjoyed and what matches you didn't enjoy.